Welcome. We've got another talking technical here, but as most of you guys know, that I stay in the far Karoo. But if we look at some of these charts now, maybe you guys can help me. Remember, we only get the newspapers now delivered that was printed in 1961, 1962. And then there was something new that happened. There was computers. If I look at all these charts and plenty of them, you will see that there was only, let's call it a computer glitch or a software error. Because if you look at monthly charts, nothing happened in the stock exchanges around the world. Everything is back to normal. And now I hear, strange enough, a bird came here this morning and told me that there was a coronavirus. But I think that is maybe just a joke. And maybe this bird is talking about the movie. But let's kick off and enjoy the show with me. First of all is Bitcoin, and that was Louis. Louis asked me about Bitcoin. Now, Louis, this is now exactly what I'm talking about. There was the high of Bitcoin at, let's call it $10,000 around 10th of February. And then suddenly it dropped to 5,000. It's back at 9,541. So this blip, this is what I'm talking about. It looks like there's a software error and the guys just fix it here. Listen, jokes aside, Louis, it looks like the momentum is still up. And if I look at this chart, I would like to see the following. I would like to see that Bitcoin, Louis, gets above this level of 9489. And if it can move above that, we can see the next move up to the level of 10,000, and then of course 10,038, and maybe even as high as 10,390. But I'm just a little bit nervous, and you will see plenty of these charts at some magnificent runs. I mean, Bitcoin even from 5,000 to 10,000 in a matter of a few weeks, because we're looking at weekly charts here. That's a beautiful rally. So just be a little bit nervous, and I'm going to give you a stop loss, Louis, if you chase it. Use a stop loss of 8930 to protect your capital. Well, let's have a look at the gold chart. Gold PM. Let's have the gold chart here. And there it is, gold in US dollars. Now, Johan asked about it. Johan, it was almost the same thing here. Look what happened in March. It was around 1,689. In one go, it went almost in 2-3 weeks to 1,480, and it's back there. Louis, Johan, I'm a little bit nervous on this chart now. And the reason why I'm saying that, look at it, that was the low. There was a higher low, a higher low, higher low. But suddenly it looks like the chart is turning around. It looks like it wants to roll over. And I'm going to use this little line, Johan. I'm going to say if it is below this level, there you are. And once again, this is a weekly chart. If I look at this chart, Johan, if it drops below 169704, it can easily call us for the first time a lower low. That's the low, and then we'll see a lower low, and that will be negative. So for me, gold must get above 1,745 before I can get optimistic about it again. So yes, if you want to chase momentum, this was definitely a month. If we look at the last 6 weeks, where people or investors decided that they want to, let's almost say, wipe off this coronavirus frenzy, and they're going to buy momentum. Because look at it, there was the low, it came back a little bit, they pushed it up all the way. So I'm just a little bit nervous. So above this level, yes, we can go higher, and we can actually go as high. And I want to use this because there's a lot of predictions that say if gold takes out their highs, and there you are, it can take it all the way to that 1,780 level. For me, Johan, I'm a little bit nervous. As you guys know, 2 weeks ago, I was already a little bit nervous on the market in general, and I mean the market rallied like you can't believe. If this 1,697 level turns into a resistance, we can see 1,677, maybe down to 1,650, and 1,613 is also another level. And I mean, the big support line that keeps this gold running to the top is this level. And I think for the medium to the long-term investors that accumulated gold for these periods of uncertainty, be nervous when the gold price starts to go below 1570. I think then we've got the top in place, and maybe it can surprise us and pull back all the way to this low at about 1495. Let's round it off at 1500 on the dot. Let's have a look at Cartrack. Rudolph asked about Cartrack. And we know that the company is producing some nice results. In actual fact, a few weeks ago, they actually said that they cash flush and everything is going okay. But Rudolph, I'm a little bit nervous. Look at the chart here. There was the low, in November 18. It went up all the way, higher lows, and then suddenly it starts to, from about October 2019, look at it. There's a high, there's a lower high. There was like a double up there and another lower high. So for me, I'm a little bit nervous, but I know some viewers will immediately say, but Frans, look at this inverse head and shoulder. There you are. I first want to point out to that. There's the left shoulder, there's the head, we're busy on the right shoulder. But I'm a little bit nervous, Rudolph. I will say to myself, because we've seen plenty of these lower highs. Remember, what is a lower high? A lower high means that there is some sellers selling into strength. So the moment the share dips up and everybody's getting positive about it, they sell it because they know that it will not take out the high. So for me, Rudolph, I'll sit and wait for the share. Give me a proper signal, because look what we're seeing here. There's the one there. We can actually take that further down. No, there's the one, because I need, what I do here, I don't want the place where you've got 2 pointers, but I've got 1, 2, there's also another one, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 pointers. Now that is a much stronger support line than this one. Look at that one. There you are. You've got 1, you've got 2, you've got 3. So what is the rule? Find the support line that give you more pointers on the chart. So that is a stronger one, that one that I'm showing you here. And what I don't like about it, Rudolph, is look what we see here. We've tested this support line. Now it turned into a resistance. It looks like it wants to roll over. So I'll be nervous if this line, and that is the next support there. There you are. I'll be nervous if this line turns into a resistance, and that is 21.29. And I will only become positive again if this resistance line can turn into a support. And where will that turn into a support? Will be at 23.20. I'll rather wait for this one, because then I know I've got a higher high and that, or a nice higher low, and that is beautiful. But the higher high is always nice and strong. It sometimes gives you a nice move. But keep in mind, remember, this is a momentum market, and as we all know, momentum never lasts forever. So be nervous. I'm a contrarian trader. I like to find stocks that's bottomed out to the downside, nice oversold indicators, nice turnaround at the bottom, then I'll buy, chase the momentum. I've never been good at it. Well, let's have a look at Afrimat. Here asked about Afrimat. Let's have a look here. Afrimat. There you are. Here, weekly chart again. And look at this beautiful performance. This is a strong chart. Look at it. There was the low at 22.76. We saw a higher low. That's strong. That tells you that everybody bought in weakness. They bought the share up, and then it pulled back. But what is important? There's the low. There's a higher low, and then from here it went up in a vengeance. So let's have a look here. And I hope Pierre's got the share already. If you haven't got the share by now, Pierre, I think maybe you're a little bit late already, but I think you've got the share. I think you dropped me an email a while back on that, and you like the company. Let's have a look here. If the share remains above 25.93, momentum is the upside. And what we must maybe think about, from 23.94 in 2 weeks all the way up to 31 Rand, that's almost a 25% jump. And I just asked the same question today to a friend of mine. Your house, is it worth more than 25% in the last 6 weeks, as what the market showed us that it can do? Is your car more worth than that? And if it's not, just think about these rallies, strong rallies. So Pierre, I'm going to put a little bit of a note of caution here. If the share price goes below, and there you are, if the share price goes below 28.28 and you're in a nice profit and you're happy with it, I've never met anyone went bankrupt by taking a profit. Well, let's have a look at Signia. Signia, also one of the favorites of the market. Look at that. I mean, beautiful double bottom here. And who asked about it? Joyce, I mean, you're too late here. If you've got the stock, I mean, there was a low, there was a double bottom. I mean, that gives a double bottom. And it went up straight in a straight line. And where's this double bottom only coming into play? It only started coming into play now. Can you believe that? Look at it. If we look at the longer term chart here, double bottom, it can move beautifully above that. And if you want to chase the momentum, because I mean also from 8 Rand in 10.64 in a matter of a week, that's a nice move. So buy above 10.56. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tight stop loss. Make use of a stop loss of 9.44, and your targets to the top will be 11.46, 11.98, and maybe 13.06. And why do I get this 13.06? Just to give you an idea, from the bottom to the, let's call it the resistance line, we do it from the to the top. We just extend that same line. I just want to do that. There you are. And it can reach for 13 Rand 45 in time to come. Always also a weekly chart, but what I like about it is these double bottoms, but what I worry about is the strong move. It's a strong move almost in a straight line. And can you believe it? It's now at the same levels as it was in July. And even when in November, it came back to 731 and we're back there. So I'm just a little bit nervous, but I mean, nothing wrong with the chart, but stick to your stop loss. Well, you can visit our website, www.fransdeklerk.com, for more info, and we will chat again.